Before these words were written, they were lived. They were lived by a man who ruled an empire yet refused to be ruled by noise, by comparison, or by the opinions of others. A man who learned that most suffering is not caused by events, but by the stories we tell ourselves about them. A man who discovered that obstacles are not detours but directions. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that time is wasted not by hardship, but by distraction. That strength is not borrowed from the world but drawn from within. That ambition defines worth, perception defines pain, and stillness reveals power. As you listen, let go of the need to watch others, to measure yourself against them, or to fear resistance. What stands in your way may be the very thing shaping you. Look inward. There is a source of strength there, quiet, constant, and inexhaustible, waiting to rise the moment you choose to see it. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one.I. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it.T. His soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Our life is what our thoughts make it. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. What we do now echoes in eternity. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. How much time he saves who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Begin the morning by saying to yourself, I shall meet with busybody, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful people. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Live a good life. If there are gods and they will not care how devout you have been. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason. The universe is change. Life is opinion. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive. What does not transmit light creates its own darkness. Nothing happens to any man that he is not formed by nature to bear. Time is like a river made up of events which happen, and a violent stream. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. A noble man compares and esteems himself by an idea which is higher than himself. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will gladly change. Do not be overheard complaining, not even to yourself. The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting. Soon you will have forgotten all things. Soon all things will have forgotten you. Live each day as though your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. The best way to avenge yourself is not to become like the wrongdoer,